Welcome everybody to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we are in Cincinnati to take on the Reds today. Hopefully that last series against the Padres was just a fluke. Though, as we mentioned, not that our record can't handle it. Looks like a beautiful day on the Ohio River. And it looks like we've got the same Reds lineup we've been seeing all year. And we have Great Paulino on the mound. You'll note by the great and his triple-digit number, this was a computer-generated AAA player at one point, but now in the big leagues, and I really wasn't paying attention to his numbers. So he's got a +5 ERA, which isn't great. Didn't catch his record, but hopefully he's doing okay. Kester leads off the game with a soft liner or pop-up, kind of in between that to short. Kennedy takes care of it, no problem. That brings Marvin to the plate, hitting 163 and batting left-handed. He has a 2-0 count to start the game. Swing and a miss, strike one. And that curveball in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Paulino winds and delivers a fastball down the middle, and Marvin lets it go by. Full count. And that one fouled away. Let's try it again. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 down, Chief at the plate. And he looks at strike one. That one is going to be ground to short. Kennedy with a poor throw, but I think it was where... I was going to say Adam Dunn. It's not Adam Dunn over there. I've blanked who's playing first. Derek Lee was able to grab it and get a tag on Chief. And we see we have Gill starting today for the Squirrels. And Norris Hopper will lead things off for the Reds. First pitch in there for a strike. Second pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. And a called strike three on a fastball down and in. 1 down, Shaw at the plate. Looks like he's having a good enough year, hitting .256 with 4 homers. Not too bad for a number 2 hitter that's built for speed. He has a 2-1 count at the moment. Grounds that one to short, but Joey boots it and doesn't have a play. Joey was having to range over, so the game did rule that a hit. And Shaw takes off and is thrown out. So a base hit for the Reds, but immediately snuffed out. Gill now has Derek Lee with the 0-2 count. And he is going to put that one into the upper deck. Or maybe it just barely missed the upper deck. But in any case, there was no doubt off the bat that that one was leaving the yard. Which I'm pretty sure we had kept Derek Lee well in check up to that point. So he was probably due for that against us. And just missed the upper deck. But a no-doubter for sure. So that'll give the Reds the 1-0 lead and bring Adam Dunn to the plate. And he takes strike one on the outside. This one ground towards second. Kester picks it up, throws it over, and that will end the first inning. But the Reds take the early 1-0 lead. Terry will lead off things for the Squirrels in the second. Terry watches strike one right down the middle. That one is going to get up the middle for a base hit. So leadoff single for Terry brings Frank to the plate. And he takes strike one on a curveball. This one hit towards second, not deep enough to get over Phillips' head, however. So caught for the first out of the inning. 1 on, 1 out. Tom at the plate. First pitch called strike one. And that pitch off the plate. 1-1. And that one too far inside. And that curveball very hittable, but Tom lets it go by. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 down, Zach at the plate to try to keep the inning alive. And that curveball outside. This one's going to be a hit into center field. Terry's going to try for third. Phillips throws, but not in time. So that'll put runners on the corners for Joey. Still 2 out. And that curveball too low. Wild pitch. Terry's coming in, and he will score to tie the game. So now runner on second with 2 outs. Joey has a 2-1 count. Game knotted at 1 now. And that pitch in there. 2-2. And a called strike three. And that'll end the top of the second, but not before the Squirrels strike back to tie the game at 1. As we move into the bottom of the second, Encarnacion will lead off for the Reds. First pitch, a curve in for a strike. This pitch is going to be lined into center field for a base hit. So leadoff single for the Reds. That'll bring Phillips to the plate. And he takes a strike. And that fastball down and in. 1-1. Runner takes off. Hit and run. That's going to get Encarnacion to second. Ends up working out like a bunt, but that's much better than a double play. So now another runner in scoring position as Kennedy is at the plate. Only 1 out. He's going to ground that to Joey. He looks back at Encarnacion and throws over to first for the second out. Now it's up to David Ross to try to drive the run in, and looks like he's having quite a year, hitting .317 with 5 homers so far. I know at least one of those homers came against us. This one, will it get down? It looks like it will, and that'll score a second run for Cincinnati. RBI single for David Ross brings Paulino to the plate, but the Reds now have the lead. Last one ground up the middle, but Kester able to grab it and throw it over, and that will end the top of the second. Sorry, I forgot we're on the road. Sorry. That ends the second inning, but the Reds take the lead back. Squirrels 1, Reds 2. Gill will lead off the inning for the Squirrels. And he looks at strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Down goes Gill. Kester's up to bat. He lined out to shortstop his first time up and takes strike one here. That pitch too far inside. Swing and a miss, strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts for Paulino. Brings Marvin to the plate. He struck out his last time up. First pitch up in the zone, but called a strike. And second pitch fouled away. Makes it 0-2. And this one fouled away. Paulino winds and delivers a curveball that is hit towards second. Phillips makes the grab for the last out of the top of the third. Still 2-1 Cincinnati, and the Reds are back to the top of their lineup. Norris Hopper struck out looking his first time up. Looks at strike one here. And that pitch too low. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Shao at the plate. He singled his first time up, but then was caught stealing. Curveball out of the zone. Sinker out of the zone, right in the same place, looked like. 2-0 the count. Fastball in for a strike. Shao just watching the pitches go by so far. Does swing at that one, but misses. 2-2 the count. So Gill hung a curveball and got away with it. Gets a fastball down and in the outside corner, called strike three. 2 down now for Derek Lee. He launched a homer his first time up. And he has a 1-1 count to start this at bat. Swings and misses to make it 1-2. And this one grounded fair over the first base, actually over the bag itself, but not hit particularly strongly, so Terry able to pick it up and make the play to end the third inning. We're through a third. Squirrels 1, Reds 2. And Chief will lead things off here in the fourth inning. And he smacks the ball. That one might make the upper deck. No, that one just barely misses the upper deck as well. Apparently I don't have a good judge for things out there, but in any case, game tied at 2 now after a Chief home run in roughly the same place Derek Lee hit one. I'd say both of them no doubters. I don't remember the numbers. I think that one was slightly deeper than Derek Lee's. If Chief would have pulled that just a little bit more, his might have made the upper deck. In any case, game now tied at 2. Terry at the plate. Pops one up towards third. It's going to curve into foul ground, but Encarnacion will field it easily. That's the first out of the inning. Brings Frank to the plate. And he takes strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. And that pitch out of the zone. And Frank gets a hold of that one into left, and it will get down for a base hit. So still only one out, one runner on base. Tom at the plate. Takes a pitch too low. Hits this one up the middle, and it will get through for a base hit, but Frank got a terrible break, and he gets thrown out at second. I don't know if he thought that Paulino might make a play on that, or I don't know, but he just... terrible break to second, and he gets thrown out, forced out even, not even tagged. So what looked like could be a big inning now in threat of dying here, although Zach gets a ball to squirt through the infield to keep the inning alive. Runners on first and second. Joey at the plate now with 2 outs, and he takes strike one. Takes strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three, and now the inning is dead. So the Squirrels tie the game, but unable to seize the lead. So we're tied at 2, and Adam Dunn will come to the plate for the Reds here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch too far inside. Gill does get the call on the second pitch. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Gill throws a slider that is hit into the right center gap for a single. That'll bring Encarnacion to the plate. He got a hit his last time up. Swings and misses here. Swings and misses again, 0-2. Pops this one high in the air behind second base. Kester will field it for the second out of the inning. Sorry, that's only the first out of the inning. My apologies. That'll bring Phillips to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. Takes strike one. And that fastball just inside. And this one grounded to second. Kester to second. Joey to first. Double play. That will end the 4th inning. We're still tied at 2 as we move into the 5th. And Gil will lead things off for the Squirrels. First pitch in for a strike. Second pitch in the dirt. 1-1 the count. This one hit towards the middle, but Kennedy will field it and throw it over for the first out. That'll bring Kester to the plate. He's flown out and struck out today. Apparently Kester's got an 11-game hitting streak, although this will be another ground out. Marvin now at the plate. He struck out and lined out. Pops this one up, and I think Paulino will field it himself, and that will end the top of the 5th. We're halfway through, tied at 2, and Kennedy will lead things off for the Reds in the bottom half of the inning. He ground out his last time and takes a strike to open this at-bat. That pitch up and in, 1-1 the count. That pitch up and out, 2-1. This one hit towards third. Chief makes a diving play for the first out of the inning. Good play over there at third. Probably saved a double, and that'll bring David Ross to the plate. He takes the first pitch for a strike and then pops the second pitch towards short, and Joey grabs it for the second out of the inning. And Paulino will hit for himself here in the 5th, which is not surprising. And he takes strike 1. And that one up and out. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And that pitch too far inside. Paulino lets it go by. This one popped foul, but Tom should have a play and does. And that will end the 5th inning. Both teams with 2 runs, both teams with 5 hits. In the top of the 6th inning, Chief will lead things off. You'll remember he hit a no-doubt home run his last time at bat. He looks at strike 1 here. Swings and misses, 0-2. Lines this one right to Phillips, who short hops it and throws it over to first for the first out. Terry is singled and fouled out. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. And that curveball out of the zone. 2-0. Paulino does get the call there. 2-1 the count. And Terry swings and misses to make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll bring Frank to the plate. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Looks at strike 2. And lets that curveball go by for a ball. 1-2 the count. 2 down. And swing and a miss, strike 3. That will end the top of the 6th. We're still knotted at 2. The Reds have the top of their order coming up in the bottom of the 6th. Norris Hopper at the plate. I do believe he's hitless today. He takes strike 1. Lines this one towards first, but Terry able to grab it. Xiao has singled and struck out today. Looks at strike 1. Grounds this one towards third. Chief handles it for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Derek Lee back to the plate. Nobody on base. 2 outs. First pitch in there for a strike. And this pitch hit into right field, right at Zach. I don't know if he had to move a step. 2/3 through the game. I screwed that up. Sorry about that. In any case, we're still tied at 2. We're in the 7th inning, and Tom is at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And grounds out to third. Encarnacion grabs it, throws it for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Zach to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles today. Swings and misses at the first pitch. That curveball nowhere close. 1-1 the count. Paulino looking to tire a little bit. Zach pops this one straight up, and Paulino will field it himself. 2 down now. Joey at the plate. He struck out twice today. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. That pitch in the dirt. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Paulino winds and delivers a curveball that is swung on and missed to end the top of the 7th. It's stretch time in Cincy, still tied at 2.
The bottom of the 7th inning, Indianapolis 2, the Reds 2.
Okay, we go to the bottom of the 7th, and we are going to go ahead and double switch here with Gil supposed to be leading off the next inning. Gonzalez's turn to pitch. I don't know if Phil's exactly the hitter we want to lead off if we really need a run, but we'll make it work. He's been better this year. He's hitting almost 200 last I remember. All right, and leading off for the Reds is Adam Dunn, who has ground out and singled today. He looks at the first pitch for a strike. Second pitch in the dirt. Swings and misses at this. I guess that'd be the third pitch. 1-2. Almost hits him. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Encarnacion at the plate. He's singled and flown out. First pitch out of the zone. Second pitch in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Ground towards third. Chief grabs it, makes the throw for the second out of the inning. Brandon Phillips now at the plate. He's ground out twice, the second one being grounding into a double play. Has a 2-0 count at the moment. And that pitch in for a strike. That pitch too low. 3-1 the count for Phillips. And he'll take a walk. 2 outs, and what do we have here? It's like a pinch runner. They're going to turn to Pickles, who is a 15 out of 15 speed. So you have to think he's going to take off at some point. First pitch to Kennedy, in for a strike. Second pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. Pickoff attempt. And a changeup. That's going to be lined just out of Kester's reach at short. In there for a single. Pickles does have to stay at second, so runners at first and second with 2 outs. Brings up David Ross, and he takes strike 1. Swings and misses, 0-2. And ground high, hopper to third. Will Chief have a play? Yes, he does. Reds threaten to score, but the Squirrels get around it. We'll go into the 8th inning, and Phil will lead things off for the Squirrels. Yeah, Phil hitting 208 at the moment, so see nothing to worry about. First pitch inside for a ball. Paulino's still out there, though he is laboring. That pitch is going to get through the left side for a leadoff hit for Phil. That'll bring Kester to the plate. He's hitless today, but trying to extend his current 11-game hitting streak. Looks at ball one. Hits this one up the middle, and it does get through for a hit. Phil got a bad break, too, although he was able to get there safely. And that'll end Paulino's day. They're going to turn to Ibar to try to get out of this. We've got 2 runners on and nobody out. And it'll bring Marvin to the plate, who is 0 for 3 today. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses, 0-2. And looks at strike three. All right, it's up to Chief here. He's homered today already. One out, 2 on. And Chief has a 1-1 count. Make it 2-1. That one too low. Hits this one into the outfield, and Shao able to make the play. Good range from Shao out in center to make that grab. Runners go back to their bases, so 2 on, 2 out. Terry at the plate takes strike one. Hits this one, pops to second, and Pickles, who stayed in to play second, grabs it, and that will end the top of the 8th. Squirrels threaten, but nothing happening. Pitcher spot due up for Cincinnati in the bottom of the 8th. And they're going to let Ibar hit for himself. He takes strike one. Takes strike two. And swing and miss at a splitter in the dirt for strike three. Hopper at the plate. He struck out twice and lined out. First pitch too low. Second pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And ground to second. Phil grabs it, throws it over for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Shao to the plate. He has in order singled, grounded out, and struck out. Which I think that's in order. I might have those 2 outs confused. But in any case, he has an 0-2 count at the moment, and he swings and misses for strike three. We go into the 9th inning. Game still tied at 2. In case you're curious, the hits are 7-6 in favor of the Squirrels, but that's not a big difference. So Ibar's still on the mound. Frank at the plate. And he watches strike one to open the 9th inning. He's going to put this into center field, but Shao able to come in and make the play. That'll bring Tom to the plate. He's hitless today. And he looks at strike one. Grounds this towards third. Encarnacion throws over for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring Zach to the plate. He's had 2 singles and popped out. Looks at strike one. Looks at strike two. And swings and misses at strike three. So Ibar cruises through the top half of the 9th. And the Reds have 3, 4, 5 coming up in the bottom of the 9th, which is probably where they want to be. We're not going to let Gonzalez try to pitch a 3rd inning here. There's Zap's all nice and redded. We'll see if he can nail down a few innings for us. Bring Quentin into the game to lead off the next inning. If you remember, Quentin drove in all 3 of our runs yesterday after coming in a double switch with 2 deep doubles to center field. All right, so Zap into the game to pitch now. Derek Lee at the plate, he homered to lead off the game. Well, in the first inning anyway, he didn't lead off. Y'all know what I meant. And he pops that foul down the right field line. It will make the seats. 0-2 the count. And Zap freezes Lee at the plate for the strikeout. Out number 1. That'll bring Adam Dunn to the plate. First pitch out of the zone. Second pitch swung on and missed. And that pitch too far inside. 2-1 the count. And that one inside 2. 3-1 the count. That fastball cruised in there for a strike. Full count. And Dunn will take a walk. Close pitch, but Zapp does not get the call. That'll put a runner on base with 1 out and Encarnacion at the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. And that one inside, 1-2. That one up and out, 2-2. And this one's going to be put into left field. That's trouble. Rolls nearly to the wall. Frank throws it in. But now 1 down and runners on second and third. The winning run just 90 feet away. And that actually will bring Pickles to the plate. I was going to say Phillips, but he got subbed out. Pickles really, he pinch runs for a reason. So we'll see how this goes. He does have a home run apparently. Has a 1-1 count right at the moment. That one, that'll be enough to win the game. A little bloop single into right. Phil might have had to play if he'd been playing normal depth, but playing in, he had no prayer. So Pickles with the walk-off single. And the Squirrels go down for the 3rd time in 4 games. Sure, we'll get to see both home runs here. So Pickles, your player of the game, and for obvious reason. So your final score today, in walk-off fashion, Indianapolis Squirrels 2, Cincinnati Reds 3. We'll be back against the Reds tomorrow. We'll see you then.